Yes, guys, welcome back to yet another look baller video. And yep, so this video is actually recorded actually after a few hours after the Ballon d'Or 2025 ceremony. And yep, so we'll be talking about the winners of each category of the Ballon d'Or and my opinion to see if they really deserve it or not. And in this video, you will see a lot of probably some weird opinions and also probably a lot of controversy. But before we start off with today's video, please make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe, and also make sure to tell me in the comments down below who do you think were the winners that you thought who were supposed to win the individual awards. And yeah, so let's start right with today's video. And yeah, so firstly let's start with probably the most important award out of all the awards, which is actually the men's Ballon d'Or 2025 rankings. And yeah, so the top five right now is actually on your screen with Dembele in first, with Lamine Yamal of Barcelona in second, while Vitinha is in third place, while Mohamed Salah and Raphinha both finished the top five. Yeah, so look at this. I think that really, in my opinion, okay, so let's start first with Ousmane Dembélé. I think really he really deserved to win this year's Ballon d'Or, considering that he has such an amazing season with PSG, with him contributing so much to their team and eventually leading them to a treble. And yep, so he has actually won the Ballon d'Or. But I think one of the main controversies is actually Raphinha getting fifth. So as you guys actually know, if I'm not wrong, Raphinha actually got almost got 60 goal contributions in all competitions, which I think was actually quite amazing considering that it was literally so called like his best season in his career. And yeah, to see him get fifth, I think it's a bit very questionable considering that I think he was way better than Yamal. And yeah, I think he should have actually been around the second or third position, but I think he would still lose the Ballon d'Or to Ousmane Dembele. But yeah, so I think Raphinha should have been ranked higher considering that he did so much than Yamal. And I think for the last few weeks we have really seen so many people saying that, oh, Yamal is probably the better player and probably the more likely player to win the Ballon d'Or, considering that he's so much younger than Raphinha, with Lamine Yamal being just at the age of 18 if I'm not wrong. But yeah, I think age really doesn't matter. And Raphinha, I think last season showed why he's probably one of the best players in the world. And yeah, so to see him get fifth position in this year's Ballon d'Or rankings is very questionable. But hopefully we can see more consistency from the Ballon d'Or in the next few years. And talking about Mo Salah, I think he really had quite a good position considering that he was such an important player for Liverpool as they actually managed to win the Premier League last season. But I think this is my bold take: if Salah actually had beaten PSG and gone all the way to the final, I think he would have won the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, but eventually PSG won the Ballon d'Or. PSG won the Champions League, and hence Dembele has actually won the Ballon d'Or. And now let's go on to the next five players, and it's actually consisting of Hakimi, Mbappe, Palmer, Donnarumma, and Nuno Mendes. So I think this list of players also comes with a lot of controversy. I think that Mbappe shouldn't be ranked at 7, considering that he was probably the only shining bright light in Real Madrid's squad last season, and this season he has started the season on fire. And I think that really in this Ballon d'Or ranking he should be way above Hakimi, even though I think Hakimi was probably the best right back in the world last season. And I think a very important thing is I do not understand how is Cole Palmer ranked higher than both Gigi Donnarumma and Nuno Mendes. So you guys can actually say, oh, Cole Palmer actually carried Chelsea during the Club World Cup. But to think that actually Donnarumma and Nuno Mendes were literally the best player in their position last season, and to be ranked lower than probably a player that is probably like the third or fourth best player in the world for his position. And yeah, so that is a very questionable decision by Ballon d'Or. But oh well, Cole Palmer I think also so-called deserves it for his performances last season. And now going on to the next few players, I think this is where it gets very controversial. And you guys actually, if you guys actually have seen my videos, I've always said that Pedri, in my opinion, has been one of the best midfielders in the world. As yeah, last season I think he was really the best midfielder in the world, considering how he was controlling, how he was the dictator of Barcelona's midfield, and to see him get ranked 11, I don't think it's really fair. Because considering if you have the likes of Cole Palmer, Hakimi ranked above him, I think Pedri should either be in the 6th or 7th position or maybe even go for the top 5. But I think the top 5 has been locked in for quite a long time, so I think it's more realistic for Pedri to get probably a 6th or 7th position. But yeah, I think 11 is way too low for his standards, considering that in my opinion, I think many people expected him to be the first midfielder since, if I'm not wrong, Luka Modric to win, since Rodri, if I'm not wrong, to win the Ballon d'Or, and yeah, so it's a very unlucky. Due and Gyokeres, I can't really complain considering that they had very very good breakout season last season, and Harry Kane also got a 13th position, which I think is quite good for him considering that he had quite a good season last season. And yeah, so now this is where I think it gets very very controversial. So I don't think that Vinicius Junior should be ranked 16th, considering that last season he was so poor for Real Madrid after his so-called Ballon d'Or deserving season. And yeah, I don't understand how is he higher than both Robert Lewandowski, who was probably Barcelona's main man, and he did a lot really for the club. And he's also above Scott McTominay, who I think is probably one of the biggest players that have probably gone from a very very low level of football to probably one of the best midfielders in Serie A right now, or even in the top 5 leagues. And yeah, so I do not understand how does Vinicius Junior get above Lewandowski, McTominay, and also John Neves, who in my opinion I think was also one of the most underrated midfielders. And Lautaro Martinez actually closes off the top 20. And now let's look at the last few players. And Girassi, McAllister, Bellingham, okay, quite deserved. And yeah, so Haaland at 26, I think is quite amazing considering that last season he had a very very poor season. But I think one of the controversies in my opinion is Van Dijk being ranked 28th. Like, how can the world's best centre back be ranked below Vinicius Junior, Jude Bellingham, and also even Lautaro Martinez, who last season really wasn't a huge part of Inter Milan's team. But yeah, I think I still don't understand how does Van Dijk rank lower than Declan Rice, even though Declan Rice and Arsenal finished second for 3 seasons in a row. But yeah, so it doesn't make sense. And yeah, so now we're going on to other categories to analyze them. And yeah, so this next award I think is really really very very questionable, as Aitana Bonmati actually managed to win his her third Ballon d'Or in a row. And yeah, looking at the candidates, I think really that Aitana Bonmati shouldn't have won the Ballon d'Or. As you guys know, actually Arsenal won the Women's Champions League last season, and I think there were actually two possible candidates who have actually been a better winner than Aitana Bonmati. You have the likes of Alessia Russo, who actually was part of the Arsenal team that beat Barcelona in the in the final, if I'm not wrong. And she also actually managed to win the Euros against Aitana Bonmati, which actually got her quite an advantage over Aitana Bonmati. And we also have a teammate, if I'm not, Mariona Caldente, who is actually also an international teammate of Aitana Bonmati. So Mariona Caldente actually was a very very important part of Arsenal squad, as she was one of the main players in their Champions League winning team. And even though she also actually lost the Euros, as she was actually from the same national team as Aitana Bonmati, I think that really she had a way better season by Aitana Bonmati. But yeah, I still don't understand the consistency of Ballon d'Or in the last few years. So hopefully we will see a better Ballon d'Or ranking system next year. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's Ballon d'Or analysis video. So make sure to drop a like and hit the subscribe button, as I'm trying to get 150 subscribers by the end of the year. And yeah, you guys, just to tell you this, that if you guys have been waiting for my live watch alongs, I have to tell you guys that from now until probably next year, I'm not able to do live watch alongs because of the new YouTube rule that obviously they don't allow minors to so called have YouTube live videos. And yeah, so from now until probably next year, I can't do live watch alongs because I'm not up to the required age in order to live stream. And yeah, so I hope you guys will understand this situation. And yeah, and So if you guys actually want more of this kind of analysis video, so make sure to tell me in the comments down below what video you guys want me to do. And just to tell you guys that probably in the next few weeks I will be actually going for some more international games, and that will mean more football match vlogs. So make sure to turn on the notification bell and subscribe to the channel if you want me to record more football match vlogs. And yeah, so this week's shout out actually goes out to Raihan. And yeah, so gamsamnida guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios amigos, peace.